guys, I hope everybody is doing well, having an awesome start to 2020. Today I wanted to do a post that has been highly requested, and that is a look inside my planner and the current system that I'm using, and that's working for me this entire first 2 weeks of the year. We're gonna keep it going though. So first and foremost, I wanted to share what I'm not using, which is an A5 size, but I wanted to hold up the two in comparison. So this is the planner that I'm going to be talking about today. It's my Filofax original in the personal size, and the color is stone. And mostly I needed to downsize big time. This is huge, and honestly when I first started using a paper planner, A5 did not feel that big. I like the space it gave me on paper to write things out, but when it comes to actually carrying it around, actually using it regularly, and making it something that becomes a part of your day-to-day, to-dos, it just wasn't happening. It's too clunky for that. And so I really did want to dial it down, and this is the personal size. It's perfect. I love it. It makes me so happy, and it fits perfectly even inside like a small, little crossbody bag that I might use on the weekend, right? I don't need to carry around my huge tote bag with me all the time. So let's take a peek inside this baby. All right, so here she is. This is basically a pen that I keep in here, a little clip that I keep, my business cards from my 2 separate clinical locations, and then some sticky pads that are of course sticking from cloth and paper that I keep in here. And then I have, this is just the original little envelope pocket that comes with the Filofax planner, and I printed out this adorable little motivational picture up on the front cover. Now I will say pretty much everything that I have in here, other than this guy, is stuff that I printed myself or ordered myself separate from the Filofax system. So this stuff does not come with the Filofax planner, but obviously this is, I bought it for the outer parts, and then I filled it to my heart's content. And really that's what I love about ring binders, is that you can continue using them for years. You can customize them based on what your schedule is looking like. If it's a busy week that's going to need daily planners, you can do that. If it's just a crazy month where you're not even going to have time to plan anything, you can just skip that month altogether and not have tons of wasted space that you're carrying around in a big sort of ring bound planner. This is a Sesame yearly overview that I printed out. And then I really love this quarterly view. So here you have January, February, March, April, May, June. You've got a 6-month bird's eye view of everything that's going on. I haven't filled it out yet, but it's really going to be nice to be able to picture when I have traveling coming up, when the kids are going to have vacation. It's nice to get that bird's eye view. And here you have it for the second half of the year. And then I just printed out some of the holidays. All these top tabs are from Cloth and Paper. They're her CEO top tabs. I love them. So now we're heading into our schedule. And I prefer a weekly layout. Hopefully you can see that here. And I like having the hourly view. It really helps me visualize what I have going on for the week and where I can squeeze things in. So, I'll put in if I'm giving a talk, if I have an appointment, if I have a phone call scheduled, my actual clinic schedule, appointments, things like that pretty much get put in here. On the left side, you do have a task list for priority tasks. And I try to really keep this to things that need to be done this week. I don't want to add all of my to-dos. As a working mom, a doctor, a small business owner, there's a lot of things that need to get done, but for that I have my list tab up here. I don't know if you can see that, but here's a really important, probably the most important section of this planner for me. And as you can see, I've got a theme of getting shit done, but here is where I have a page basically for the running to-dos. These are the to-dos that may not be incredibly time sensitive, but I also can't drop the ball and forget about them. So I pretty much keep a running list of my home to-dos, my family to-dos, clinical to-dos, blog and campaign things, ideas. And it's really nice because I can look back to this, refer back, and as I have time throughout my week, I can make sure that I'm plugging things in and slowly crossing things off of this. But I'm not feeling defeated each week when I'm not getting those things that weren't necessarily time sensitive done. So that's my schedule. Those are the lists. One thing I will show you is that I also printed out these to-do pages, or excuse me, these today pages. These are for my busier days when I really have huge amounts of time. I shouldn't say huge. We never have huge amounts of time. But when I have a nice chunk of time and I can really break it out and figure out what I'm going to get done that day, these are nice to have for that. And let's see if I have an example. Like here's an example where I pretty much first write in all of my tasks that need to get done, and then I basically start plugging them in with the schedule I already have to see how I can get things done that day. So I don't use these every day, but it's nice to have when I do need it. I have a separate tab for projects. I haven't really used this much yet because I said no to a lot of projects to ease myself into the year. But this is a really nice system. You basically can put the name of the project up on top, the details, so what the deliverables might be, your breakdown for the to-dos to get it done, any brainstorming, all that stuff can go in here. I have a tab for finances, which I haven't organized yet, but we'll get there. Then I have a tab for goals and ideas. Pretty much all of this is like under wraps because I am now working on a few things, but I love having this section here and the miscellaneous section. This is really important to me because so much of what goes through my mind is not structured yet. There is no organization for it yet, and it may not have a place to put it. It may not have a place to fit it in yet, but it's really nice to just have this free space to jot anything down, work it out, and then figure out how I'm gonna work it in. So that is pretty much my planner. Oh, I wanted to share the blank paper that I used. I'll make sure to link it up, but I was really intimidated by the idea of printing things myself, particularly because I don't like cutting paper. I don't have the right hole punch. I don't know if I could even coordinate printing it on the right area of paper. And really, this is meant to simplify your life, and all of that sounded not very simple to me. But what I ended up doing actually was reading a ton of reviews and finding super high quality paper that's already pre-cut, pre-punched to fit perfectly with this planner. It doesn't bleed through. I can print on both sides, so I keep this scrap paper back here for when I want to print anything out. And that is pretty much it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do have questions, leave them for me below. If you have any requests, things like that. Hoping to be able to get more time to get to those this year. So happy planning, y'all.